Hello guys, today I'm going to teach you how to get basic information from the request object in Express. The request object is a simple object that have some properties and methods of the request. So I'm going to explain how you can get info of it. So first of all is the hostname. In my case I'm renaming the request object as rec. You can change the name here like request or something that you want, but always is the first argument of the middleware. So rec.hostname returns the value of host in the HTTP request made by the browser. When we request a page, we send a HTTP request. We send headers like host. So when we call rec.hostname, we are returning the value of the host in the HTTP request. So in this case, I'm going to do that. Run the server and reload the page, and as you can see, the hostname in this case is localhost because I'm just doing it by the localhost. Then the other thing I'm going to teach you is rec.ip. It, as its name says, returns the IP of the HTTP request. For example, when we do a HTTP request to some page, we are sending our IP, so it can collect, the server can collect our IP too. For that, you just need to write rec.ip or your request object.ip, the IP property, and it will return the IP, right? If I run the server again, it will return this. You will ask me, oh, that's not an IP. And yes, that's an IP because this resolves to my local IP or 137.0.0.1 on, in other words, the local host. But if you mount a server in a domain or in a remote server and you ask the server from a different IP, it will return the IP, trust me. or not, trust the Express API documents. So apart from that, we have the original URL that returns the entire URL after the hostname. So the property is called original URL. It's a property of the request object. So let's try it. Okay, reload, and as you can see, it returns the entire URL, even with parameters like pp equal no. Yeah, the only thing it skips is the hostname and the port, so it will return all the URL. Then after the original URL, we have base URL, and this is a little bit complicated. I am thinking of making another video about this, so stay in touch. But when rec.url is called outside a router, a router is a special object of Express. I'm gonna explain that in another video, I think. So when base URL is called outside a router, it returns nothing. So let's check it out. And yep, it returns something, but you will say, oh, that means it doesn't work or it's not useful. Well, yes, it is useful because when we have a router, it returns the match of the router, but I am going to talk about that in another video, so let's skip that for today and then go to request.path or rec.path in my case. The note says rec.path returns the URL apart from what the road match. If road match park from park.pepe, it will return Pepe because it match what the road doesn't match, or the extra, let's say the extra. In this case, I match the road, the root path, so it will return the same as original URL method does. Right, so this will return the same as original URL. So just check it out, check if it works, and as you can see, it's the same. Well, not exactly the same, it's only similar, except from parameters. Right, so this will only return the path, the path the path part. It will not return the parameters or anything like that. But if we do, for example, if we do original URL, it will also return the parameters, not only the path. As you can see, it will also return the parameters. So that's it. Let's skip to the next. The next is method. This property of the request object returns the HTTP method of the request. Okay, so let's do it. Let's try it. And as you can see, when we request the page, we get so if we made a post, we will get post. But in this case, for default, when you are accessing a website from the bar in your browser, you will do a get request. So that's the method I am using. And the next is protocol. So protocol will return HTTP or HTTPS depending of the connection. If my server is on HTTPS, it will return HTTPS. If my server is in HTTP, it will return HTTP, right? I think that's simple. So let's reload. Let's reload. What happened? What happened? Oh, I didn't say. Yes, I didn't say. Sorry. My fault. Yep. As you can see, it reloads and returns the protocol that we are using, either HTTP or HTTPS. So then we have the other method, that is the other method or property, sorry, is secure from the request object, that returns a boolean that is a short of rec the protocol equals to HTTPS. So this internally will do this, right? So it's only like a short, like a like a like a life hack maybe, or code hack in this case. So as you can see, we return false. Why we return false? We return false because we are not in HTTPS. So when we are in HTTPS, it will return true. And that's all for today. I hope it's useful, and bye.